So I'm currently in a business mentorship program, and there's been a few new members to it in the last few weeks. And there's a girl that sent me a DM recently that asked me about what is a attractive character, and what are some tips that I can give her, or like a link or a picture or something that I can send her to give her a better idea of what that is. And I smiled at that because I'm also not only pursuing the same thing of being a strong, attractive character, but I smell that because there's not really like a link or a photo that you can get to help you to get a better picture of it. Instead, it's more of like who you are as a person. So, the first example that I gave her of this is someone that I've been following for a while, and if you've been following my work in my channel, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Jocko Willink's work, right? So many years ago when I was going through severe depression, the first person that when I was looking for answers and just curiosity with life to help me like overcome that, one of the first people that I came across on, I believe it was YouTube at the time, and even more specifically, a YouTube video called Extreme Ownership. It was a TED Talks by Jocko Willink, right? And I watched that vid actually. So I'll give you a quick screenshot of this, or not a screenshot, but like a screenshot of this quick. So let me see if I can share here quick. I figured this out yesterday pretty quick when I was making a video yesterday. Okay, so share. I think it no, that's the Zoom tab. I don't want to share the same tab I'm currently using right now. So okay, so here's my internet browser. Okay, so YouTube. No, what was it? YouTube. Yep, that's a good thing to type in. My typing skills are super fun. Um, and just kind of the common channels that I watch lots. Tate, Elliot Halls. Oof, this guy was one of my first mentors in the space, and I absolutely love his work. I haven't watched one of his videos in a while, but this guy right here is good stuff. He was the founder of Strength Camp, and he has awesome work on mental improvement. So shout out to LA House with that one. Alex Ramosi, one of the one of the few guys that I follow, especially on Instagram, for just off advice. I don't even know who this guy is. If I'm following him, whatever, cool. Andrew Tate, cool. I definitely enjoy both Tate's wisdom and for men's improvement. Anyway, so I branch off a lot. So anyway, Jocko Willink, Extreme Ownership, TED Talks. Yeah, this guy right here. Okay, so this was the video. I don't know if you guys can hear this on your end of it. I love ads. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this on your end of it because this is through a screen share right now, but whatever.
Is a nightmare.
Let's skip to the end here quick.
Ego did not want to explain to them and win a team in life.
So I'm trying to get to the end of the video to illustrate my point of what I'm trying to make with you with extreme ownership, and I'll explain that part in a minute here too. So bear with me here quick.
Ownership. Don't make excuses.
There we go, right here, right here.
Ownership.
There we go.
Ownership. Take extreme ownership. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Get control of your ego. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes, take ownership of your shortfalls, take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life. And lead. Lead. Lead yourself and your team and the people in your life. Lead them all to victory.
Wow. So that video right there that I saw, along with his book of extreme ownership, where I think it's one of the first stories he goes into from in his time in Armadi in the Iraq War. He references that story in the beginning of that TED Talks presentation. And the whole point of it is that battle went south super quick. And the whole point of the battle itself is that, or the whole point of that story is that, and that's in that specific battle, is that he had all kinds of people that he could have pointed fingers at and blamed for what went wrong. And then he explained towards the end of that video in the TED Talks video that when he was going through his debrief to then present that to his commanding officer, whoever, some type of a colonel or whatever at the time, that's when everything hit him at once of taking extreme ownership that everything that happened under his command was his fault and no one else's. And it was that point where he started gathering everything and stuff, and that's probably where this book came from in the first place of extreme ownership. But yeah, like so Jocko himself, the fact that everything that he stands. So the whole point of this video right here is a strong, attractive character, right? And the whole point of for me, for Jocko, being a strong, attractive character that helped me overcome severe depression many years ago, and to have written this book that someone like me read when I was going through that, and then from there, I not only read the book, I implemented the knowledge and the wisdom the same day. And 5, 10 years later, fast forward to today, I cannot like express how grateful I am for that because it completely changed my life for the greater good and then some. But yeah, like between that and his mindset of good, right here, I literally wear this shirt a lot, and it's one of my favorite workout shirts because it's for me, it's like my body armor, so to speak, that I mentally use when I work out as the foundation of why I'm working on it and things like that. Okay, so on that said too, I'm gonna share with you guys another video that gives you the foundation of a good mentality right here, right? So extreme ownership. I'll go back to that one quick. Jocko Willink, good speech. This was on, so Joe Rogan, actually, so never mind. Joe Rogan did kind of mention this, but it's right here too as well. So good. Oh my God.
He would call me up, or
Oh,
one of my direct subordinates, one of my guys that worked for me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on, and he'd say, "Boss, we got this and that and the other thing." And
so the fact too that this video was put out 8 years ago, I'm actually surprised it doesn't have more views than that, because to me that is actually a small amount of views for how awesome that message is. And I believe the previous video that I showed you had 8 million views, which is still like, given that the U.S. population is how many hundreds of millions, like that's crazy that I'm amazed that it doesn't have like way more views than that. Anyway, but to go back to here,
didn't get funded.
like promotion wise,
Oh, mission got canceled?
where was it?
Smacked out? Good. Got beat. Unexpected problems.
So this one right there, I literally I reverted back to this just yesterday, and a week ago at corporate when I inherited all kinds of fun problems with a lack of resources to work with. And I said it was at first I got frustrated and just overwhelmed, and that's when I kind of smiled and realized this is overwhelmed, which is the face of fear, in the live test, and that's thrown at me to see how I'm going to react. Initially, I was failing this test, and that's when I realized, boom, I had that awareness of it. I smiled and said, "Good." At that point, I put my game face back on and started I took charge, started to prioritize things, and just moved one brick at a time and solved each problem one problem at a time. And boom, and soon enough, the room was clear and life was good. Go back to here a little bit
Didn't
too.
get the job you wanted.
That one too.
Job you wanted. Didn't get funded. Didn't get the job you wanted.
That one right there too. So back when I was applying for various local nutrition coaching consultant positions a couple years ago to get more experience in the space as a nutrition coach slash consultant. At the time, it was mainly for the people that were interested in weight loss, because one of the popular things within the field of health and fitness is helping people lose weight, right? And I interviewed with a few different places, and I smiled because I was actually interviewing them more than they were interviewing me to make sure I was a good fit. Correction, to make sure that they were a good fit for me. And halfway into the majority of the interviews, I already knew that I wasn't interested in it because of XYZ reasons. And I was just more or less just finishing out to be respectful and be respectful of their time and their process for that, right? And but the fact that I've either been turned down by places, or the fact that things didn't work out, it's like, especially during the interview, I literally took this mindset right here of good and said, good, that I'm glad it worked out, because it encouraged me to go down my own path that I'm going down today, with building my own, going down my own path and building my own brand, my own mission statements, and becoming my own strong, attractive character to my audience, right? And so the point of all this too is that this is circling back to, let me stop screen sharing here. Oh yeah, too, like, so I've made videos about this in the past as well, that this mentality right here is what I used when I was going through police school a few years ago, in attempts to become a police officer for the state of Minnesota. And it was this mindset, like literally every single day before a class, I said to myself, there is nothing that can thrive me today that I cannot do. Even if I fail, good. I learned. I went into every single day with the winner's mindset that made it impossible for me to fail, which was largely contributed by this video, the overall concept of good, and Jocko's work with this mindset, with extreme ownership and the whole good mindset, right? That's so police school wise, the fact that I went into that with that mindset at the time, I absolutely freaking dominated it, and it was awesome. And I took charge when there was opportunities to take charge. I led the same time. I was a team leader for a week, and what was I going to say with that? Oh yeah, I was the first to volunteer for things, just going blind with the assignments. Whenever everyone else was nervous and scared of making a mistake, I look forward to it, because when I went head first into it, I had the best opportunity to learn from that, right? And I had students approach me like towards or in the middle of class or whatever, and to ask me, hey Jeff, what do you eat to have so much energy, right? And that's a whole different video that I've already made as well for that, but I don't know if I published it yet, but I made a video on that as well. And it's just the fact that between having a good mindset from Jocko that I learned, well, Jocko in itself as well as Goggins, but in this context, that I got that mindset from Jocko Willink of the frameworks of good as well as extreme ownership. And that alone helps me get so much energy, natural energy, to trigger endorphins and adrenaline rush and stuff like that. And just have that mindset going into the day to just absolutely crush whatever's in front of you. And once again, as I recently mentioned, that just yesterday at corporate and a week ago at corporate, I I walked into two different situations that both were not exciting, and they were both challenging in in two different ways, and yet I reverted back to mindset tactics and the overall concept of good in my head, and that's how I was able to crush those things, to take ownership of it, to crush them, and take charge, prioritize, and one brick at a time, and to, oh God, I just need it's coming on there for a minute, and to effectively clear the room and keep solving problems one at a time until they're all done, right? And yeah, so just mindset stuff alone from his work. That's why I support Jocko Willink for his work in general. And on top of being a retired Navy SEAL commander, which is crazy in itself, that helped me overcome severe depression many years ago with extreme ownership, as well as the sequel of that, of the economy of leadership, which gave me the awareness of how to be a leader, as well as how to spot flaws and deficiencies and dysfunctions in the workplace and the organization, and just with life in general, and how to solve them by taking leadership and to solve those problems. Because so it's one thing to be aware of a problem, it's another thing to have solutions and ideas to solve them, right? And both of those things I learned how to do through these books and through Jocko Willink's work. And I went from being severe depressed to surviving every day and every week, just taking one day at a time, to now looking forward to the day with the help of these books that I recommend every man on the face of the planet reads, and especially for those that are in leadership positions, such as like team leaders, supervisors, managers, bosses, CEOs, whatever the case is, to just take that to learn that mindset and that approach. And because right now we are in a very like finger pointing mentality of it's his fault, it's their fault, it's her fault, it's their fault, it's everyone else's fault except for your own. And when you take that mindset of extreme ownership of say, hey, I messed up, my mistake for XYZ reasons, cool. Here's the problem, and here's how we're going to solve it. That is a game changer in itself. Instead of complaining about it, pointing fingers and blaming everything else, whatever, and complaining about it, that accomplishes absolutely nothing. It makes you look like a giant bitch at the end of the day. To instead say, hey, oh, cool. Here's the problem. My fault for not doing XYZ to prevent this in the first place. Awesome, cool. And now here's what we are going to do to solve it. Oh my God, game changer. Like, if you can do that, especially when you're overwhelmed with things, you're stressed out with things, that is like huge. And the funny part is, every time I've done that since reading both of these books, especially this one, people treat you way better and differently with a lot more respect by taking ownership and taking fault for something, and then working with them to solve the problem instead of pointing fingers and bitching and crying about stuff all day long. It's absolutely mind-blowing how powerful that framework is to take ownership of it and then to actively solve the problem. It's amazing. Anyway, but yeah, like all the more reason, just mindset alone is why I follow and support Jocko Willink's work for that alone. On top of that, because once again, he helped me overcome severe depression many years ago. On top of that, too, he in the last few years, he teamed up with a company. I don't remember what the company's name is at this time. He teamed up with an organization to create the line of supplements called Jocko Fuel, right? Actually, who did? I'm gonna look this up right now. Actually, I'm gonna screen share this quick. Back to here, screen share. Back to YouTube. Who did Jocko partner with? I might have answered my own question just in the title itself. Jocko Fuel. So you partnered up with Pete Roberts. So yeah, so he made this company in 2017 with Pete Roberts to create what's called Jocko Fuel. That I'll go into more detail in a minute here. So that company has now been growing for 8 years now, or yeah, almost 8 years now. And okay, so squash that. Anyway, so I brought that up because I am a huge supporter. So if you've been following my videos and my work and stuff, I'm a huge supporter of not only of Jocko Willink, but also Jocko Fuel supplements. In fact, as of the last few months, I've been taking I absolutely so one of my biggest drawbacks in the context of health and fitness to so I'm a big believer of the basics of food, water, and sleep, especially as a skinny guy that's trying to get bigger and stronger. That also helps that also specializes in helping other skinny men get bigger and stronger to get jacked from the inside out, which I'm doing something next month for to capitalize. Anyway, so that was kind of an open loop for you, a video for that I thought of on the spot. Anyway, so um one thing I suck at when it comes to food, water, and sleep is water. For my size, I need a minimum of 3 quarts of water per day just to stay hydrated, if not closer to 4 quarts of water, right? And on top of that, too, I also suck at getting enough or crushing at eating fruits and vegetables in general to help my immune system and vitality and health and all that stuff. And so guess what? So guess what I do with that? Jocko Greens right here is serving a 20 organic fruits and vegetables to help me get my fruits and vegetables in on the daily. And also, guess what, too? A side bonus of that is I put it in my 1 quart container of water, put a scoop in there, and drink up. So not only am I getting serving of 20 fruits and vegetables organic from that, it's also helping me stay hydrated by crushing my first quart of water of the day, generally the first half an hour of my day. Amazing, right? And yes, there are lots of brands out there that also offer green-based supplements. Some are more expensive, some offer different things. But once again, I choose Jocko Greens because I support Jocko's mission. I support who he stands for. I support his work. Huge fan of his work. And the fact that he helped me overcome severe depression many years ago. No other supplement company, especially in the context here with green supplements, has done that for me. And therefore, I choose Jocko Greens to get my greens in every time. Next, another supplement that I've been using for the last 3 months is to help you get bigger and stronger that I also recommend all of my skinny guys take for a multitude of benefits is Jocko Creatine, right? To help you fill up to help you fill up your muscle mass, which is what the common and popular benefit of it is known to the public when it comes to the health and fitness industry, as well as cognitive benefits, performance benefits, and a host of other things. And yes, there's lots of different brands out there that make creatine. And once again, I choose Jocko Creatine because Jocko's strong, attractive character that helped me overcome severe depression many years ago. He's a fantastic American, a retired Navy SEAL commander with an awesome mindset that I've learned from and grown from over the years. So I choose Jocko Creatine instead of any other brand out there that also offers more stuff in the creatine that I also don't care about or want. Instead, I go back to basics and get Jocko Creatine instead. On top of that, too, when it comes, this is a good one. Since I have a natural weak immune, wow. Let me try that again. I have a naturally weak immune system, genetic wise, right? And I tend to get prone to illness and symptoms and stuff like that a lot. And recently, or a few weeks ago, I had symptoms of like a cold, fever, and all that type of thing, right? And so guess what I did? I took advantage of the Black Friday promos, and because I chose to go to war with those symptoms because I don't have time to mess around. I don't have time to be to have to take off work, to have to take off time from making videos, and I don't have time to have a setback with an illness, and I also don't have time to risk losing 6 months of progress with the gym and with the workouts and with food as a skinny guy trying to get bigger and stronger. So in order to overcome all that and prevent all that, I chose Jocko Cold War. Help me build my immune system up. I'll give you a better, longer version of this picture of this. I chose to consume Jocko Cold War that has immune-based stuff in there, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, zinc, elderberry extract, and a few other things to help me to give my body the resources it needs to absolutely destroy whatever was lurking inside me, like bug-wise and illness-wise. And within a week of absorbing that into my system, playing catch up to give my body my immune system the reinforcements that needed, I absolutely crushed it with zero lost progress to help me stay in the fight and to strive on it and keep freaking crushing it and stacking wins on the daily. So, and yes, there are lots of different companies out there that also sell similar products to Jocko Cold War that have lots of different immune stuff out there and probably more stuff out there that I also don't want. And once again, I chose Jocko Cold War because I'm a strong supporter of Jocko's work, has a strong, attractive character, and then he helped me overcome depression many years ago, and then some, as well as his work on extreme ownership and the whole good mentality. So I chose Jocko Cold War out of all of the brands and supplements that were out there to help me overcome my symptoms of illnesses and colds to crush it. Right. Next, oh, we are not done yet. Saving the best for last, actually, and we're not there yet. Next, I also realized that Western culture is saturated with omega-6 fatty acids with chicken, eggs, and stuff like that. And I personally, um, full transparency here, without testing it, I more than likely have a high ratio of 6 to 3 and probably have an inflamed body from that. And to help myself combat that, to get some anti-inflammatories in there with fish oil and omega-3s, I chose Jocko fish oil that has a good amount of omega-3s in here to help me balance my ratio of omega-6s to omega-3 right there of 2,000 milligrams, and to help me balance that out to help with inflammation. And once again, all three of these things, Jocko, Cold War, and greens, all three of these things also have the combined efforts. Have the combined efforts to help me get healthy, stay healthy, defeat illnesses, and to strive on and to continue progressing without losing progress as a skinny guy. And that's one of our worst nightmares as not just skinny men, is losing 6 months of progress over an illness that takes us out of the fight for upwards of a week or longer. Super annoying. Ask me how I know. I've been there several times and it's super annoying. Next, I've also tried this product out. So once again, there are lots of products out there that give you an extra boost, so to speak, to help you get quick sources of energy when needed, and as well as cognitive benefits and stuff like that. And there's lots of different brands out there that do this. However, I chose Jocko Brain Power and Jocko Go as my, oh gosh, I'm still getting used to this camera. It's like inverted angles here. So granted, so Amazon sent me the wrong flavor of this. I think I initially chose whatever the blue flavor was. Like I think it was like blueberry or raspberry or whatever. But it's still decent, but it definitely wasn't the flavor I chose from Amazon. Yeah, but it's still good though. Yeah, I chose these guys to help me with that, and I used both of these when I was on the verge of falling asleep midday from being exhausted mentally wise, or I was mentally fatigued, and I wanted the extra boost to keep going on a project I was trying to finish without taking a nap and absolutely destroying my ability to sleep that night. So I popped some of those, and I was able to just go to town without any crashes after. It was good stuff. I was able to finish that project without having to fall asleep. Once again, there's lots of brands out there that offer similar things, but I chose Jocko's Jocko Fuel brand because of the strong, attractive character that Jocko is and what he supports, what he stands for, and I'll choose that every time. That's also part of the reason why I not only support Jocko Fuel, but I also have quite a few videos promoting and advertising its product because I believe in their mission statement and their core values. Now, lastly, one thing that I've consumed every day in the last 9 months that helps me get in 30 grams of protein super quick for the on-the-go lifestyle. It's portable, tastes absolutely amazing, no mess. It helps me keep crushing the day with a very busy and active lifestyle. Without further ado, Jocko Milk. And in this case, the sweet cream coffee flavor that's also amazing because of this benefit right here of the 95 milligrams of caffeine. That is a perfect amount for anyone like me that has ADHD and struggles to stay focused. So that amount of caffeine helps you kind of activate the frontal lobe to stay focused without too much that it gets you jittery and having a crash later on. Perfect. So not only, not only does that give you that sensation to stay focused, especially if you have ADHD like myself, 30 grams of high quality protein, clean fuel, no added ingredients, and it gives you a decent amount of high quality protein in a small package, so to speak, to take on the go, portable, no mess or cleanup from having to mess with, what do they call it, blenders and shakes of making your own shake. I can literally throw this in my go bag in the morning for when I have corporates, or I can drink this in 30 seconds, such as today on my day off corporate, to keep going with my essential tasks of the day without having to worry about cooking, because I hate cooking and I hate taking the time. I don't have the patience for it. I'd rather just work. And this allows me to get in my protein and to stay focused throughout the day to crush my essential tasks super quick, efficiently, easy, and do it with a smile, right? And so, once again, going back to the purpose of this video of a strong, attractive character, part of me wants to show you like like a quick like photo of all this stuff, but it'd be hard to do that right now. But like, I wonder if I can. Oh, anyway, so I choose Jocko Fuel for if you notice all of those supplements were Jocko Fuel between creatine, greens, immune system stuff, fish oil, protein, and brain power to help you kind of take performance and to stay like focused and concentrate, right? So yes, there are plenty of brands and companies out there that offer similar stuff to that, but I choose Jocko Fuel because of their mission statement, their core values, who Jocko Willink is as a person, a former Navy SEAL commander that helped me overcome severe depression many years ago, as well as his mindset frameworks of extreme ownership and good that helped me massively improve my life in itself by taking ownership with the mentality of good to help me absolutely crush the day, going into the day with the winner's mindset. Just lots and lots and lots of amazing stuff here that you will not find with other brands out there. Okay, that's why I not only use Jocko Fuel, I love Jocko Fuel. It helps me accomplish my goals on a daily basis in a very convenient, easy fashion that makes my life so much easier and more effective, as well as promoting Jocko Fuel products on my Facebook channel as well as my YouTube channel that I made several videos about this in the past 12 months. And that is why I use Jocko Fuel and promote it and absolutely love it. And so to me, that is a definition of a strong, attractive character of that Jocko Willink represents with his product, his brand, his mission statement, his core values, and what he stands against. Now, for myself, to circle back here, so that's a person that I admire as a strong, attractive character, right? Now, for myself, that speaks to skinny guys. So skinny guys get bigger and stronger and get jacked from the inside out, and to 10x their gains through mental improvement. I'm not only a natural skinny guy myself that has the same frameworks and the same genetics of having a fast metabolism that makes it difficult for us to get bigger and stronger. What do I stand for? Once again, I'm a huge supporter of Jocko Willink's work of extreme ownership, taking fault for things and solving problems. I also stand for learning how to train smarter and do less to accomplish more. That's one of the things I preach with my workout programs of, instead of grinding away in the gym for 2+ hours a day, doing upwards of 50 sets or more, to instead choose effective exercises with 100% efforts with low volume and to crush it in 1 hour or less and go from there. I preach this all the time mainly in my private Facebook group that's dedicated to natural skinny men, helping them get jacked inside and out. Next, I'm not a fan of the concept of discipline because it's overly used and abused by the general public without any context whatsoever. It's a default statement that is used by the general public um in in the in the context of to get motivated. People just say discipline, which, oh my God, I'm deciding if I want to go down this rabbit hole in this video right now. So in a quick nutshell with this, the problem with discipline is not only does it lack context, but without purpose, direction, and a plan of action to work with, discipline leads to burnout if you are not careful, because you are grinding away, you are destroying your body and driving yourself into the ground without actually realizing what you're doing or why you're doing it or why it's important. And one day you're going to wake up tired, sore, miserable, exhausted, and defeated, and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this discomfort? Why am I doing X, Y, Z? Mainly, especially for guys that are in depression or going into depression. And one day, especially if you don't have a clear goal in mind of what you're trying to accomplish, and you're not seeing the results yet, but you keep grinding yourself into the ground, there's a very, very high risk and chance that you will get burnt out, quit altogether, and revert back to your previous habits of whatever it is that you were doing that got you the outcome that you did not like from what you saw in the mirror. That is my issue with discipline. On top of that, it forces you by definition to do things that you don't want to do. Whereas instead, I'm a big believer of having purpose, mission, vision, and goals with direction, to have clarity of what you want to do, to actually get excited about it because you understand why it's important, how it's going to change your life, and you're excited to not only impress your future self, but become your future self and to make your dream and possible goals become a reality, right? And with that mindset frameworks, I choose to think about my goals throughout the day, a lot throughout the day, and use that as fuel and motivation to get excited about my essential task of the day to crush it. I've got burps going on right now. My apologies. So instead of forcing yourself to do things through discipline that lacks clarity, direction, and a map, I choose the smarter approach of purpose, mission, vision, goals, and direction and clarity to get excited about things and look forward to them, to achieve your goals with a smile on your face instead of forcing yourself to do it, instead of waking up tired, exhausted, miserable, defeated, burnt out, and depressed. Instead, to have a plan going into the day from the night before to wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and make your future self proud with a smile on your face instead. That's my approach, and that's why, and that's the exact. So both discipline and purpose will both, they will both get you there at the end of the day for your goals. But in my experience, and in my opinion, the route of purpose and clarity will be a lot more enjoyable ride and journey compared to the path of discipline, of forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do, which in reality, both of them are just a simple difference in mindset of how you approach things and how you perceive things, right? And that's what I'm all about. So I respect discipline itself. I used discipline a long time ago to grind away. So I definitely support that approach up until, so I support the support. Wow, I support the support. I support the overall concept of discipline when it's used effectively, when you have a plan, goals, and purpose. I'm all about that, especially because discipline itself was initially oh my God, it was initially designed for and targeted towards people that lack motivation and need that extra spark and that extra fuel and extra motivation to get after it, to accomplish their goals and to achieve the life of success, happiness, freedom, or whatever that means to them that they desire. That's what this. Oh my God, I can't talk right now. That's what discipline was targeted for in the first place, and I respect that. I absolutely love seeing people improve themselves to get after it and accomplish their goals and to stay focused on what they need to do to achieve X, Y, Z, instead of resorting to the path of laziness and the easy life of sitting on the couch watching Netflix and doing nothing and then wake up with regrets 10 years later of, oh, I should have done X, Y, Z. So yeah, in that context, yes, I support discipline, but for the context of just doing things for the sake of doing things, I don't support that at all. And literally, the founder of discipline, Jocko Willink, has literally said this in a video a long time ago, and I would love to show this to you, but it would take me a while to find it. Yeah, I've seen this video myself a long time ago, but Jocko essentially says that Jocko himself said this, that I'm trying to figure out how to word this. You don't, hold on. I'm trying to figure out the exact words that you said here quick. You don't impose discipline on yourself for the sake of discipline. You use discipline for the desire for freedom. God, I wonder if I can look this up quick. Hold on. Let me try to look this up quick. And let's do it. And we are going to do this together. Jocko Willink, you don't impose discipline on yourself for the sake of discipline. Let's try this together. It might be this video right here, actually. This would be super cool if this screen needs to go away. It's in my way right now. Shit, let's try this. Shit, that was the wrong video. Whoops. Yeah, it was this one. I think it was this video, actually. So let's.
I saw a weakness in you on your latest podcast. You seem to overlook the fact that some infant children have zero idea of what struggle.
So become disciplined. And I apologize that I haven't talked about the fact disciplined family, or reason that I haven't talked about your older brother from no parents, that spectrum, that are completely disciplined people. Heard it.
So that might have been the long form video of where the statement was that I'm looking for, but it's not quite. Maybe it's this one. So let's try this one. This also might be a shorter
How
version.
do I get the desire to have discipline?
Get the desire.
So right.
How do I?
So right there, like his facial expression, that tells me right there that the person that's asking that question just lacks context, or just is confused as. Correction, the person asking this question essentially is not quite understanding the overall context and concept of discipline in general. And so right there, that face tells me that Jocko is essentially, he's trying to add clarity to explain what discipline actually means to this person, and that is confused about it. And I respect that. That's awesome to me. And so right now he's just adding clarity to his message overall of discipline itself, and that's kind of what that face means. And that goes back to what I was saying before, that the overall context of discipline is not there, especially when people preach say discipline, but there's no context of say discipline to do what. And that's kind of the thoughts I have just with that facial expression right there with answering this question.
Get the desire to have. I keep getting asked this type of question: how do I get discipline, or how do I want discipline, maintain discipline? And
once again, the fact that people keep reaching out to asking this question tells me that there is a lack of context with discipline in general, that people aren't understanding the overall message, the foundation of what discipline actually is, and having clarity on accomplishing your goals, and using discipline when you lack motivation to do that. That's kind of what the overall concept of Jocko's message was. The fact that people are reaching out because they're employing discipline, but they don't understand why they're doing it in the first place. And that's where the disconnect with discipline came from. And that's what I preach on a lot when people commonly say, stay disciplined to get motivated. But again, like if you don't have clarity or direction of what it is that you're trying to do and why you're trying to accomplish that, discipline itself is in the long run, it doesn't work. It can in extreme scenarios, but like overall, like it lacks clarity. You're simply waking up stupid early to be miserable without understanding why you're doing or what you're trying to accomplish in the first place. Yeah, that's kind of
Answer, it's a simple answer, but methods that people, and maybe they do work. This podcasting, or I'm sure that the reason discipline is hard to maintain is because it is hard to maintain.
I love that statement too.
What makes discipline hard? It's hard. If you hear me claim that discipline is easy for me, then straight up, that's just my ego talking.
100%.
That's what that is. Unfortunately, holding the line. Oh, slack, none. That's the discipline. And it's to envision what it feels like when you're done. It's to make it easier. That does make it easier. It's to envision what it feels like when you're done.
Yes.
What it feels like after you worked out, or you've held the line on your food intake, or you've not done it, they feel good. And contrary to that, will feel like get to know those or in a half an hour. So work through the weakness, fight through the temptation, hold the line.
So I can't find the video that I'm trying to find for you, but essentially, he mentions in one of his many videos that you don't use discipline for the sake of having discipline. Instead, you use oh my God. Instead, you use the path of discipline for the desire for freedom. Essentially, what he's trying to say in a nutshell is that discipline itself, it doesn't work when you just use it for the sole purpose of staying disciplined. Instead, when you actually have purpose, clarity, and vision on what you're trying to do to achieve freedom, that's where discipline comes into play, especially what you said with that towards the end of that too, to ignore the gratification, to ignore the distraction, and to stay focused and to stay on the front lines and to stay in the fight to accomplish your goals is what he was saying towards the end of that, which 100% agree with that. But yeah, as kind of a wrap up with this video of a strong, attractive character, that's why I support Jocko Willink's work as well as Jocko Fuel Team. And for myself, what I stand for is training smarter, doing less, accomplishing more, to actually get excited to crush your essential task instead of forcing yourself to do them through discipline. And that's where the gap is with that. Because the amount of guys that I talk to, especially skinny guys in this context, that I specialize in helping to get jacked inside and out and to 10x their gains or mental improvement, is to help them overcome mental health obstacles, help them overcome and prevent depression, because they're using discipline without any context, purpose, vision, or direction, and simply just going through the motions to drive themselves into the ground without understanding why they're doing it or why it's important to them or what they're going to accomplish after that. And therefore, I'm a firm believer of having clarity, purpose, mission, vision, and direction on what you're trying to do in the first place. So actually look forward to things and excited to do things to crush them out of excitement because they mean something to you, to your future self, to achieve your life of success, happiness, freedom, achievement, fulfillment that you desire most. And you're not just doing them because the guru said so, because the gurus say wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go work out for 6 hours and then do XYZ things because discipline, right? And the amount of hate I've gotten on this topic it amuses me, and yet I will keep saying it because until people get it and then some, because So I can say all this because I went down this path 5 years ago of grinding myself into the ground that led me with adrenal exhaustion. I wake up super early to work out for upwards of 2 hours per day, do that 6 days a week, and to just grind, grind, grind. Eventually, I drove myself into the ground with tanked hormones, a fried nervous system, wrecked joints to get zero results from that. But I was disciplined, right? And that's why I can talk about this topic because I went through this myself many years ago, and I'm literally sharing, not only sharing what happened to me as a result of burnout, depression, and things of that nature, but I now have the tools, skills, and awareness to overcome that and prevent it from happening again by paying attention to the symptoms of it. And of course, to train smarter by focusing on the basics of food, water, and sleep that I already mentioned earlier in this video of water, greens, and protein and calories and food and stuff like that to grow bigger and stronger while giving your body the resources and fuel it needs to perform, to have energy, to crush it, and for my skinny guys to get bigger and to get freaking bigger and stronger, to accomplish our physical goals, to get freaking jacked inside and out, to 10x our gains through mental improvement, for confidence, to massively improve our confidence, to stand tall and to walk and speak with purpose and direction, to accomplish our goals, to get that job we wanted, to get that dream car we wanted, to get that dream house that we wanted, to be a strong, attractive character overall, and to just walk with purpose and speak with purpose, and to be a confident man on our purpose and direction that knows what we want and knows what we were after and stay focused on that and ignore all of the distractions. And guess what? With that, you start being more attractive to girls. You start speaking with clarity and assertiveness at your 9 to 5 to get that promotion, to get in a leadership position, to make more money, to take on more responsibility, to take charge of things, to get more respect. And people start to listen to you because your voice gets a little stronger. And at some point, so you start making more money, your stress levels go down, your life starts getting better, and you now have more purpose and direction than ever before, responsibility that shows you love. Once again, to get the girl that you desire, to make the money that you want to make, to improve your bank account, to lower your stress levels, to get the house, the dream car, the dream location, whatever it is that you desire. All that stems from being a strong, attractive character in general, of knowing what you want, why you want it, why it's important to you, and going after it and crushing it. So, in the overall nutshell thing, a strong, attractive character is being likable by the right people. Personality, being charismatic, standing for something, having core values. Oh, wow. Voice crack. 1 second here. Having core values, core mission statement, believing in stuff, making it clear what you stand for and what you stand against, right? Well, in this case, it meant improvement of taking charge, having the confidence to lead and to be in a leadership position, to take charge, to prioritize, to solve problems, and to win the day, to start stacking wins, to improve yourself from a physical and personal development standpoint, to get jacked inside and out, to continue becoming more resilient to fear and resistance and internal mindset stuff, to get stronger and stronger and stronger over time, both mentally and physically, to become the strong, attractive character, to build the legacy that you desire, to once again live a life of happiness, freedom, profit, fulfillment, and achievement that you desire most, and to get all of the things that you desire. Out of that, confidence, the girl, the house, the car, the location, the job, the career path, all those things, right? To wake up excited, to wake up and look in the mirror and be proud of what you see, and to make your future self proud. Boom. That's what it's all about, of being a strong, attractive character. That was a fun mic drop moment right there, too. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. I came up with that on the spot. Yeah, so to answer that whole question of what is a strong, attractive character, for me, Jocko Willink was a strong, attractive character to me that helped me overcome severe depression, build mindset frameworks to improve my life, and to have made a line of supplements within Jocko Fuel, the company, the team, to provide supplements that help me accomplish my goals that make my super crazy, busy, active lifestyle convenient and much easier to continue crushing every single day, and to be that much closer to achieving my desired results And then from there, I can pay it forward to help my skinny guys get big and strong and get jacked from the inside out to 10x their gains through men's improvements. So it's a giant circle of awesomeness where I learned from Jocko to help me accomplish my personal goals and my physical goals and my professional goals, and for me to now pay it forward to the skinny guys I serve that speak to my former self, and to help them overcome and prevent to help them overcome the struggles and to prevent other struggles from happening in the process, to help them become the strongest version of themselves, to achieve the life of success, freedom, happiness, and purpose and direction and fulfillment that they desire, to wake up happy and excited for life, to look at themselves in the mirror and smile at what they see. That I did that. I put in the work to achieve, to be able to become this person that is light years ahead of where it was 5 years ago. That's how we roll. So that's me as a strong, attractive character of standing for something, having core values, and to wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and to make my future self proud every single day. That is the characteristics I display and preach to my skinny guys every day. And on top of that, I only preach and recommend things that I'm either actively doing myself or that I already have experience in, because my values are that I will never preach or recommend things that I've never done myself. I only preach things that I already either have prior experience in or that I'm actively trying myself, such as Jocko Greens, Cold War, fish oil, Jocko Mug, which is one of my personal favorites, and I recommend this to all guys, as well as creatine on a daily basis, as well as greens for your immune system. A better shot with that on camera. Yeah. So that's how I roll. To wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and to make my future self proud, which and the purpose of that mission statement stems from to help guys crush the day, because every day I see so many guys that wake up miserable, exhausted, drained, and defeated, and dread their life, and they wake up every morning, especially every Monday morning, and dreading Monday morning, and starting their countdown to the weekend, and trying to survive the week with depression because they hate their life and they dread the day and everything else in between. And to instead, my objective is to help them look forward to accomplishing their goals and look forward to seeing what they can achieve by Friday or Saturday, to then use Sunday or even Saturday to plan ahead to, oh my God. So 1 second here. To use Sunday, so this is what I do as well, to use Sunday to plan your week ahead of time, to figure out what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then to wake up Monday morning to absolutely crush it by actually starting your week on Sunday, and therefore you've already got a head start on the day and the week, and to look forward to what you can accomplish by the end of the week instead of surviving it. Two very different mindset and approaches to life and to the week, and by staying focused on your essential tasks every single day, every single week, which turns into months and quarters and years, to slowly accomplish your goals and to keep progressing, to improve yourself every single day, to over time accomplish your yearly mission statements and to become that much stronger and better, to impress your former self, to impress your future self, and just smile at what you see in the mirror, because you say to yourself, I did that. I went through the motions and said no to the distractions, to the toxicity, and to the environment, and stay focused on what I need to do to crush it. And by doing that, you've now achieved XYZ results to wake up happy and excited for life with purpose and confidence as a high-value, strong, masculine, and powerful man on your purpose, chasing excellence and not getting bogged down with distractions. And that's what separates the 1% from everyone else, the 10% from everyone else, of being able to stay focused and to actually get things done on your time, especially before or after the 9 to 5, to take full advantage of your time to clock back in for yourself to accomplish your goals, what you need to do to achieve your desired results, and stay focused on that instead of resorting to the options that we now have of comfort, convenience, and ease, and to stay focused on that and say no distractions. And over time, those all add up and start stacking over time with wins to achieve one day your desired results. That's what I'm all about. So, whoo, I'm out of breath now. Bottom line is a strong, attractive character, stand for something, stand against things, wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and make your future self proud. By sharing value, being a demonstration asset to not only demonstrate what you're doing to lead by example, and practice what you preach, and to lead at the front. That's all I can think of for this video. And I can't think of anything else to say right now that I've already said like 100 times throughout this video to not continue repeating myself. So that's all I got. Be a strong, attractive character, lead by example, and practice what you preach, and lead at the front. And I'm going to close it off with this, something I've already said 5 times, with good reasoning to help ingrain that into the mindset with this video of wake up with purpose, execute with passion, and make your future self proud. Until next time, JB out.